Sagittarius, welcome to a tarot reading for the week of June 4th through the 10th. My name is Raina, and I think I've covered all the bases. I mean, what else can I say? This is a general tarot reading, general topic, I should say. Ooh, look at this. This tarot deck is the Wild Unknown, and it has, I'm assuming these are like pen and ink drawings and not watercolor because it's so precise, but it's just like, I love it whenever I look at these cards. Some of them are a little goofy, but I'm talking about very gothic and kind of creepy, but even those are funny and they can be very evocative. So, well, I'm not going to just hold up every card. I'll hold it up when I'm talking about the card, but I'm not going to actually hold up every card because and sometimes it's hard to like actually pick up the card because it's, even though I've used these cards before, they're matte, so they're very, they're not glossy, but they're, oh, I think this is one card. Oh, and I have to say, too, that in this deck, they have Strength as the 11th card, which is kind of interesting because in the Rider-Waite deck, it's number 8, and I think a lot of decks, it's number 8. The number 11 is a master number. And so that, you know, I guess it works for strength. But anyway, let me begin. So the heart of the matter is the Ace of Cups. And actually, how many other cups did I get? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 4 out of 7 cards are Cups cards. That's quite a bit. And Cups relates to our emotions and to water signs. The water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and so this might be a person of one of those signs, or they have it a lot in their inner planets where it makes them very nurturing. In the shadow aspect, it can be manipulative. But this is the heart of the matter, the Ace of Cups, the beginning of a romantic situation, the beginning of a job. Let's say you're starting a new job, and it's something that your heart has desired. It's not something where you say, wow, this makes a lot of money. Like the Ace of Pentacles might be starting a new job that makes a lot of money, but it's not necessarily your dream that you've always, you know, had deep in your heart. So the point of all of this is to say that there's something emotional beginning in your life. And this is around the time of that June 4th to June 10th period. I wouldn't get too hung up about the dates here because we're just doing a little snapshot in time. That's basically what we're doing. And I have to, I'm arbitrarily just saying, okay, we're going to make this June 4th to June 10th. But there's no other, I'm the one who's creating this timeline. But I can't say that everything's happening during that time period. All I can say is that look to see if there are any elements that ring true with your particular situation. Also, with the Ace of Cups, there might be like some kind of new job that involves a healing profession, like what I'm doing, or being a massage therapist, or anything along those lines that you are not necessarily, working in a bank or anything like that, but it's dealing with other people's emotions. It's dealing with intuition. The water connects with intuition as well. So we've got here 3 cards for the... Which one was the... It's funny because now I can't remember which one was the challenge position. I mean, how am I going to... I wonder if I can... Oh my God. I pulled out both cards without knowing which one was the challenge card. I think it was the Daughter of Cups, was it not, that was in the challenge position. And hopefully I'm right about this. I'm sure I'll hear from people about it. But this is a card that connects with the Page of Cups. So even in the upright position, the Page of Cups is a card of... it can be a card in a challenging position of being too gullible about something that you do not see the warning signs or any kind of, using your intuition as you should. Maybe you're too trusting. So even if you get a situation where you meet somebody new, it's wise to get to know the person. Even if you feel like a very strong connection and you feel like, oh my gosh, this is the one and all this stuff, is just to like say, okay, I know that this is what you want, but we're going to just see how this goes. And just be very controlled in that sense. Actually, again, I'm hoping that I have this correct. This is the Nine of Cups, because both of these cards I can look at as the challenge as well. And this is the basis of the reading. So this can be a situation where the person, and that would probably be you, well, I guess it could be the other person who's involved in this situation, is dealing with addiction, doesn't have good control, impulse control over their habits, their desires, because the Nine of Cups is actually a wish fulfillment card. It's a great card, but as the basis of this reading with the Page of Cups, coupled with that card, and again, it doesn't matter if this was there and there it was there, because both of them have that potential. Even though they can be wonderful cards, there's always the chance with the Nine of Cups of overdoing something, of being too indulgent, of being too smug is a term that is used, so that somebody is overconfident about a situation, thinks that they have all the answers. And this can be even if you're starting a new job or if you're starting a new relationship, that you think, I've got, the perfect person, and you find out otherwise. So this is not negative, because with these cards, it can be simply to contain your sense of glee, because you may go overboard. It doesn't mean that it's going to turn out negatively, though. That's the thing that I want to impress upon you. It's just that you may have maybe you have met your soulmate, but if you kind of like lose it because you're so happy that you are ecstatic that you can't think straight, that can affect you in different ways. Also, maybe this is somebody who makes you happy, but they may not be the right person for you overall. There may be things with them that they need to deal with, and that they're not really ready for a relationship. But perhaps you feel like this is a good person regardless. It's not like black or white is what I'm trying to say. And I'm just going to keep going because sometimes it does take me to just keep doing this. It's kind of an unusual situation. Partly because the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups are really positive cards. So we have as the higher message, the Daughter of Wands. Another page, this is a card of perhaps good news. I was even thinking that the Ace of Cups could be pregnancy for some, and it's possible that you're dealing with somebody who is not ready, in some cases, to be a parent, co-parent. And so it's kind of warning you that even though you're happy, it may not be perceived with the same kind of joy by the other party. And that has to be okay. Now, the Daughter of Wands suggests that perhaps there will be some good news for you in some way. This could be regarding a job. This could be regarding any kind of creative project or anything that you might be watching this reading in order to find out. It's communication that triggers within you a feeling of well-being, a feeling of positivity, for whatever the reason. So as a result, this card may be in the spiritual position telling you to hang in there if you feel like you don't know which way to go. You may have communication that is inspiring. I think that's the best way of putting it with someone. I can't tell you who, but maybe it's a Leo because we have the Strength card. For the practical advice, we have the Mother of Cups. So there's that motherly energy if somebody out there is pregnant. But this is the Queen of Cups. And so the Queen of Cups is very psychic, very in tune with their intuitive abilities. Sorry about that. My tripod just, my jacked up tripod just got more jacked up. And I hope it's not like kind of crooked, but I've already gotten 12 minutes into this, so I'm going to continue. And so it might be that you're just becoming, if you are pregnant, you're a woman who's pregnant, even though you're a fire sign, being a Sag, and therefore you are associated with wands, you may be feeling that sense of the divine feminine energy coursing through your veins. The other thing about the Queen of Cups in terms of intuition is also, if there is some kind of dilemma that you're dealing with a partner, that you have the answers within yourself. And the way that works, because that almost sounds like a cliche, doesn't it? Oh, you have the answers within yourself. Like it just, everything becomes okay. Actually, I'm saying that to say this, that having the answers within you can mean that you know when something is not right. It doesn't mean that you're going to automatically decide to be with somebody. And that may be a bitter pill to swallow, because there may be aspects of a person, if you've started a new relationship with someone and you have seen some habits, behaviors that are less than stellar in them, it may be very disappointing, and it's very much tempting, and certainly human nature, to kind of gloss over it. But the Queen of Cups asks you to look within from a very intuitive perspective and see things as they really are. And yet at the same time, the Queen of Cups is very sensitive. This isn't a harsh kind of a lesson or even a piece of advice to be harsh with anybody. It's actually to be very sensitive with this other person, if there's another person involved, and understand what they may be going through in their life that is prompting them to maybe act out in a way that is self-destructive. And in terms of work situations, all of these cards, we have daughters and we have mothers. So we're talking about pages and queens. The Daughter of Cups, the Daughter of Wands, the, Nine of Cups. These kinds of court cards, if you will. Pages can be new beginnings as well. And one thing that pages and cups have in common is emotion. With wands, with fire energy, it's more about passion. Do I love my life? Do I love what I'm doing? Can I really put my heart and soul into it? And really, your soul is the cups. Your spiritual makeup, your emotional nature, that's part of your soul. So having that sense of you love what you're doing, you feel like you're contributing your talents to the world, all of these things are what is being asked of you. And also asking you, do you have that in your life right now? And if you don't, why not? How can you get there? The advice, I'm getting distracted because of the shadow here. This is what is coming in, the energy that is coming in. So this is the Daughter of Pentacles, another daughter. Page of Pentacles. So we have the Page of Wands, a message that deals with something that might be considered good news, enthusiasm, stoke enthusiasm within you. Now we have a practical message. And that may be regarding a job. Perhaps you have been planning for this. You've been waiting for this moment for a long time. And for some people, the Page of Pentacles can be the student. So if that's something that has been appealing to you, maybe you want to start a new job that you love, but you need to get special training, and this is going to be that training. It could also be starting a new relationship with somebody who is an earth sign or who has an earthy signature. Taurus, Virgo, and for Sag, Virgo is going to be probably out of the three earth signs the one, or Capricorn. The outcome is a Strength card, and you see the number 8, which is actually the infinity symbol, and in this deck it's the number 11. Now, for the outcome being the Strength card, we're talking about inner qualities. Obviously, you may end up with somebody who is a Leo. However, this card can also represent you feeling much more like you're aligned with your true self. For Sagittarians, being authentic is a big deal. And I'm a Sagittarius too, and I feel like a lot of problems in life come when people are trying to be something they're not. With these cards, we're seeing Ace, and we're seeing some pages, or they call them daughters here. Actually, we have Daughter of Wands, Daughter of Cups, Daughter of Pentacles. So, coupled with the Ace of Cups, we're looking at beginnings. And Sagittarius, we have just come out of a full moon in our sign on May 29th. I'm curious if any of you felt different during this time. If you felt like you closed a chapter of your life. All that happened to me is I lost my cell phone. But then somebody found it and it's being sent to me. So it was kind of like a weird situation, but it was certainly nothing earth-shattering. However, you may have had a direct hit to your sun or your rising sign or some planet that really impacted you a lot more than maybe it did to me or somebody else. And if so, these cards are talking about new beginnings, because when you have a full moon, we're talking about endings, but whenever there's an ending, there's a beginning. Even with new moons, there has to be endings in order for there to be beginnings. So it's all part of that infinity, isn't it? And I feel like if you are more confident at the end of this time period, it's because you are being positive, and you're also being intuitive, and you're tuning into your inner self. You're not looking to other people to define you, to, you know, guide you, but you're really tuning into what you need. And that's what the Queen of Cups is all about. Okay, well, I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you'd like a private reading, you can click on the link below to be taken to my online store. I hope all Sagittarians have an awesome week ahead. Take care. Bye.